Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Śrī Caitanya-śikṣāmṛta class given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on March 16th, 2025 in Śrī Māyāpur, India.
Pangullangai Tegiri Sri Guru Dhinatharinam Śrī Caitanya-śikṣāmṛta Hari Om Tatsat Hari Om Tatsat Hari Om Tatsat Hari Om Tatsat.
That's a good one. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will continue with the reading from Śrī Caitanya-śikṣāmṛta by Śrīla Sachidananda Bhaktivedanta Thakur. So we are beginning with a new shower, the 7th shower, and it's entitled as Rasa Vichar, analysis of the mellows. First stream, general analysis of the mellows. So, mellow, rasa. I've begun to analyze rasa. What is rasa? Question mark. Answer, happiness. Rasa, in the form of happiness, is the inexhaustible substance. Rasa is an eternal substance. The doubt arises here. When rasa arises from a combination of emotions, it seems that it did not exist before the combination and will not exist after the combination is broken. How can it be called eternal? How can it be recognized as indivisible? The resolution is that rasa we are analyzing is beginningless and unlimited.
When one is tasting the mellows or rasas in relation to Krishna.
So when one is tasting the mellows or rasas in relation to Krishna,
we are feeling happiness.
we are feeling happiness.
And happiness not dependent on any sense validation.
And that happiness is not dependent on any sense gratification or anything else.
It just happens.
It's just happiness. It just happens.
And you feel happy.
And you feel happy.
And that's what we want.
And that's
all
what
the devotees to experience.
And that's what we want all the devotees to experience.
In fact, is all Lord Chaitanya's mercy. I really.
Nitai gives out Lord Chaitanya's mercy very freely.
All Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Unlimited.
Srila Prabhupada says, Nitai's mercy is unlimited.
You have to pray to him. Give your mercy.
You just have to pray to him. Give your mercy.
Maybe you don't, but you're there.
What's that? Maybe you don't?
Yeah, just by being, Nitai gives out mercy.
Oh, okay. Maybe you don't. But just by being, Nitai gives out mercy.
But if you ask, maybe you get it quicker.
But if you ask, maybe you get it quicker.
And then there's a verse that says, if you don't have the mercy of the guide, you don't get the mercy of Radharani.
So there's a verse that says, if you don't have the mercy of the God, you don't get the mercy of Radharani.
And Radharani is the engagement in Krishna's service.
And Srimati Radharani gives us the engagement in Krishna's service. Wow.
Let's see the answers.
Let's see the answers. So, rasa is eternal, nitya. All the permanent ecstasy, sthayi bhava, special ecstasy, vibhava, subordinate ecstasy, anubhava, and continued ecstasy, sanchari bhava, that make up the ingredients of rasa are eternal. Their combinations are also eternal. Where there is spiritual substance, there itself is eternal rasa. Just as the Supreme Personality, whose nature is spiritual, the Jiva and Vaikuntha are eternal, so too is rasa. As
So, one chance, Hare Krishna, regularly, and we can awaken the spiritual inclination to serve Krishna.
if one chants Hare Krishna regularly, that can awaken their inclination to serve Krishna.
So the rasa and the spiritual world and all the other jivas are eternal.
So the rasa, the spiritual world, all of you, the jivas, are also eternal. As mentioned in the Taittiriya Upanishad 2.7.1, Raso Vaisaha Rasam Hi Evavyam Labdvanandi Bhavati. When one understands the personality of Godhead, the reservoir of pleasure, Krishna, he actually becomes transcendently blissful. Bhaktivinoda Thakur goes on to explain further. Therefore, the Upanishad states that the Supreme Entity is of the nature of rasa. The soul, Jiva, having attained him Bhagavan, becomes blissful. Obtaining prema, that rasa that the soul attains, that rasa is eternally present with the principle of prema. It is possible for this to merely rise in specific living entities. The discovery of eternal relationship, Nitya Sambandha, between the soul and Bhagavan is the rising of rasa.
So we are not the body, we are eternal.
So we are not the body, we are eternal.
And by this of the advance and the pain associated with all that.
So the point is, as we advance and attain the association with Bhagavan,
We become blissful,
we become blissful.
obtaining prema. Soul attains this rasa prema.
So obtaining prema, wow, the soul attains this rasa of prema.
So it may be bestowed on particular living entities.
It may be bestowed on particular living entities.
Because of the desire for it.
Because of their desire for it.
And Sri Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, they give out mercy freely.
But actually Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, they give out mercy very freely.
I think a lucky person, like said, what's the difference between Kripa and Karuna?
So I think I was listening to Bhakti Purushottam. He was giving a lecture. He was mentioning what is the difference between Kripa and Karuna.
Kripa you all, again and again, give me.
Kripa, you go again and again, give me,
He gives you.
and he gives you.
That's Kripa.
That's Kripa.
But Karuna,
But Karuna,
if you don't ask, if you don't do anything, all that in all for then you give them mercy.
so
That's
Karuna,
Karuna.
even if you don't ask Lord Nityananda, Lord Gauranga, they will give you their mercy. That's Karuna. So, now it's contrasting with material Jadarasa. Material mellow, Jadarasa, even the simplest scholars of literary ornaments have mentioned a type of rasa, mellow. What is that rasa? It is mundane rasa. The subtle existence that the living entity accepts. The subtle existence that the living entity accepts after being materially bound includes distinct elements such as false ego, ahankara, intelligence, buddhi, heart, chitta, and mind, mana. By false ego, ahankara, first identifying oneself as a certain man or woman in material relationship, then by intelligence, buddhi, one determines what is beneficial or harmful. Through heart, chitta, one contemplates happiness and sorrow. By mana, one gains knowledge of objects and meditates on them. Did the living entity obtain these four principles in a new form after being materially bound? Or were the pure seeds of all these elements present beforehand? The answer is that these are not new principles. According to one's specific characteristics of spiritual living entity, there was a pure sense of identity called as I am a servant of God, with a particular characteristic. That sense of identity of the spiritual living entity was taking shelter of the pure spiritual nature, Chit Swarupa, in the form of pure spiritual ego. By taking shelter of spiritual nature, there was the intelligence to discriminate between beneficial and harmful. By taking shelter of the spiritual nature, there was a pure intelligence in the form of the place of experiencing bliss. By knowing other substances and other living entities and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose Vishaya, the supreme objective, there was a mind suitable for their knowledge and meditation. Being bound by material nature, all these spiritual tendencies, due to association with matter has transformed into subtle and gross forms, and consequently, the impure mundane tendencies related to their respective subjects become manifest. Therefore, the rasa that existed in its pure form under the spiritual shelter has been distorted into an impure form, becoming a distorted reflection of the rasa by literary scholars.
So, people may feel like there's one video of bombing Gaza.
So, like this one video how they were bombing Gaza.
One lady is screaming.
The one lady, she was screaming.
That's all they show.
That's all they showed.
That's how you would say the tail mellow.
So you can say that's the material mellow.
Not mellow happiness. People need there, but so on and it's not masterful.
So that mellow, material happiness and sorrow, people embrace each other, that doesn't last long.
But they may have some lightness. But saying that originally in the spiritual world, the pure rasa.
So there may be some lightness. So we are saying that originally in the spiritual world there was zero rasa.
Pure rasa.
Sorry, pure rasa.
That's zero rasa. Mayavadi rasa.
Mayavadi one.
Even zero rasa go to spiritual world.
Sorry, good morning.
Our relationship is supposed to be developed with Krishna.
But actually your real relationship has to be developed with Krishna.
He is the Vishaya, he is the supreme objective.
He is the Vishaya, he is the supreme object.
All is saying that this material world is a perverted reflection.
Srila Prabhupada was saying that this material world is a perverted reflection.
So, there's some similar things.
So there are some
in the material world, similar to the spiritual world is pure, and the mundane world is impure.
So there are some things in this material world which is similar to the spiritual world, but the spiritual world is pure, but the material world is, what was the last part you mentioned? It's impure, mundane.
Mundane world is impure.
The mundane world is impure.
Maybe the last two sentences.
Therefore, the rasa that existed in its pure form under the spiritual shelter has been distorted into an impure form, becoming a distorted reflection of the rasa by the literary scholars.
So, how does a perverted rasa and distorted reflection?
What's that image? Sorry.
Some disturbance was there.
How God said perverted reflection, finding the genre of distorted reflection.
Prabhupada saying perverted reflection, but here Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote distorted reflection. That they are more or less the same thing. There is only a difference in nature between material mellow, jana rasa, and spiritual mellow, chit rasa. Guru has just explained the entire thing. Mellow rasa is only one substance in its eternal state. It is the form of Nityananda, eternal bliss. And in the state of being materially bound, it manifests as Jadananda, mundane pleasure, or Jada Dukkha, mundane sorrow. The names, relationships, actions, methods, and results given by the scholars of literary ornaments, whatever can be observed in the mundane rasa, all of it exists in the pure form, in the chit rasa, spiritual mellow. The different types of mundane rasa cannot be accepted. Only the difference in nature is accepted. Chit rasa is eternal, Jada rasa is temporary. Chit rasa is desirable, Jada rasa is disgraceful. The Vishaya, object, and Ashraya, shelter of Chit rasa are Bhagavan and the pure Jivas, living entities, while the Vishaya and the Vishaya, object, and Ashraya, shelter of Jadarasa are the disgraceful beauty of the material body and the mind engulfed in material desires. The nature of Chit rasa is Ananda, bliss, and the nature of Jadarasa is Sukha, Dukkha, happiness and sorrow.
What do you want? Sukha and Dukkha? Bliss.
So what do you want? Sukha and Dukkha or bliss?
Bliss.
Bliss.
Who wants bliss?
Haribo!
Who wants Sukha Dukkha? We have certain emotions which creates Krishna. It always they are cursing Brahma, how to create bodies.
So we have certain emotions. When we have certain emotions with Lord Krishna, then like the gopis, they were cursing Lord Brahma. They don't know how to create the body.
Because we're looking at Krishna, he's so beautiful. Our eyes blink and then plus our vision.
Okay. So we are looking at Krishna, but the eyes they blink, and that causes. What was the last part we read? That causes.
Other people in those weakness. That causes them separation.
That causes them separation.
We're not very, the blink of the eye, very sharp.
The blink of the eye is very short.
They love Krishna so much.
But they love Krishna so much.
Even the eye blink, intolerable.
Even the eye blink was intolerable.
Jai.
Please.
And the difference between Chitrasa and Jadarasa.
So that's the difference between Chit rasa and Jada rasa. Note, a quotation from the third canto of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, translation of that verse. The moon reflected on water appears to tremble due to the movement of the water. Similarly, the living entity, although transcendental to material nature, appears to be affected by the laws of nature due to his association with material nature. The quotation from Śrīmad Bhagavatam 3.7.11. Another quotation from Śrīmad Bhagavatam. The living entity, bewildered by the influence of the modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities that are actually actuality carried out by nature. Quotation from Śrī Māyāpur 11.11.10.
When we see the changes coming in our body,
So when we see the changes coming in our body,
we think we are the body.
we think we are the body.
And due to the association of the material energy,
Due to the association of the material energy.
actually, we are not really affected
Actually, we are not really affected
by these different shaking and movements of the material nature.
We are not affected by the shaking movements of the material nature. Another quotation from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, third canto as well. The living entity, in whatever species of life he appears, finds a particular type of satisfaction in that species and does not wish to give it up.
What? Srimad Bhagavatam?
3.30.4 एवं कुडुम्बकरणे व्यापृतात्मजितेन्द्रियः क्रियते रुदतान् गुरुवे वेदानाय स्वामितः. Because you want to see
someone is Brahma or someone like that. First, he'll take
see, for some reason, Brahma or someone was cursed to be a pig.
and like laying in the mud and associated with the pigs.
So he liked playing with the mud and associating with the she-pigs.
So then, Brahma came and he told him to go on.
And then Brahma came, he told him, come on.
But he was attached to that happiness of pig life.
And he was attached to the happiness of pig life.
And then I think Brahma put his long little hot water
and then Brahma took some kamandulu from his water and put it on Indra.
And he remembered his situation in the heavenly planets.
And then he remembered his situation in the heavenly planets.
Whatever species you're in,
So whatever species you are in,
it binds them a particular type of satisfaction.
it binds them to a particular type of satisfaction.
If you're a bird, you're a pig, whatever you may be.
So if you're a bird, you're a pig, whatever you may be,
You like that.
you like that.
Something that you like.
Something that you like.
You don't want to give it up.
You don't want to give it up.
So we're also in a similar situation.
So we are also in a similar situation.
We get our body,
We get our body,
then we think, life is not so bad. You know, stay in the material world.
and you want to stay in the material world, birth after birth.
And get letters every day.
I get letters every day.
Oh, my wife, my husband, my son,
Oh, my wife, my husband, my son,
sick,
they are sick,
suffering.
they are suffering.
Please pray for them.
Please pray for them.
Is that not?
This is going on.
No.
Okay. Next. The quotation from Śrīmad Bhagavatam 3.30.18, translation. Thus, the man who engaged with uncontrolled senses in maintaining a family dies in great grief. Seeing his relatives crying, he dies most pathetically in great pain without consciousness. Śrīmad Bhagavatam 3.30.18.
And have Krishna consciousness.
If you don't have Krishna consciousness,
He thinks, who's going to take care of my wife, my dog, my cat?
think who's going to take care of my wife, my cat, my dog.
One lady in Atlanta, USA, she had $140 million.
So one lady in Atlanta, in USA, she had $140 million.
And she delegated it for a cat.
And she dedicated it for a cat.
It was the richest cat in the world.
It was the richest cat in the world.
And they died, and all the money would go to the charities.
After the cat dies, all the monies would go to different charities.
So there were a bunch of lawyers taking care of the cat.
So there were a bunch of lawyers who were taking care of the cat.
He likes that.
He likes cat. He likes nursing them.
What will that lady take us the next birth?
What would that lady take in the next birth?
Unless she gave it a nice TLE.
Better she should give it to the TOVP.
Then she gave it to a cat. So when she was dying, she was trying to be on her cat.
So she gave it to the cat. So when she was dying, probably she was thinking of a cat. Evoking rasa in the perfected spiritual body. To ascertain rasa, it is not necessary to resort to secondary meanings, lakshana vritti of words. The purpose is accomplished through the primary meaning, abhida vritti. Otherwise, the Śrīmad Bhagavatam would not have been able to describe the Supreme Rasa in its entirety as Krishna's pastime. In the material world, through the distorted forms of romantic relationships between heroes and heroines, the mundane interactions between fathers and sons, the mutual behavior between friends, and the reciprocal actions between masters and servants, the impure essence of rasa, as evaluated by the literary scholars, is manifested. This distorted nature of rasa exhibits all its characteristics, essential components, functions, and processes to the conditioned soul. If a self-manifesting entity does not reveal itself, who can make it known? Even when the principle of supreme bliss is distorted, it still reveals its nature, qualities, and characteristics. Therefore, describing rasa through abhida vritti, direct meaning, is not at all difficult. Those who, upon hearing such descriptions, wish to awaken their own transcendental rasa should only remember that none of the inherent inferiority of material rasa should infiltrate their practice. Some corrupt sects, under the pretense of awakening transcendental rasa, resort to material rasa, which is nothing but a deviation from the correct path and a dangerous route, leading to repeated downfall for the soul. Evoking of rasa is done only in the perfected spiritual bodies in the Deha. Its relationship is not born in any way in the materially conditioned body. Certain sects attempting to evoke Shringar Rasa, conjugal mellow, through the association of women who are merely demonstrating their misfortune. They do exactly what is not to be done. Eventually, it leads to their downfall. In this matter, rasa sadhakas, practitioners, should be particularly cautious. Do not listen to any misleading advice from the dharmadvajis, either devotees or hypocrites, who are fond of material senses.
So, Bhaktivinoda, you are saying there's so many other sampradaya sadhyas.
So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was saying there are so many upper sampradaya sahajas,
Like he mentioned 13,
he mentioned 13,
but maybe there are more.
but maybe there are more.
Saki Bekis,
Sakibekis.
but then there's other sides and all to get the Singha Rasa.
Put on some saris and they hope to get some Shringar Rasa.
But it's not followed by exercise and one night practitioners.
But this was not followed by the 6 Goswamis or any bona fide practitioners.
So I will listen to Krishna's pastime
So they would listen to Krishna's pastimes,
and go to the books
so they wrote different books
based on what Lord Chaitanya instructed them.
based on what Lord Chaitanya instructed them.
And they would be in this ecstasy all the time.
And they would be in this ecstasy all the time.
Where is Radha Madhava? Where is Radha Madhava?
Where is Radha Madhava? Where is Radha Madhava?
The Vrindavan forest.
They would be going through the Vrindavan forest like this.
So, everybody wants rasa,
So everybody wants rasa,
a real chit rasa.
real chit rasa.
And they sometimes take the jara rasa,
But they
mundane rasa,
sometimes they take the jara rasa, the mundane rasa,
by mistake
by mistake
or by practice.
or by practice.
So, if we turn rounds, if we do our seva, all the way within,
So if we chant our rounds, do our seva, and follow the regulated principles,
pray to the deities,
pray to the deities,
and by their mercy you can advance.
and by their mercy you can advance.
There are other ways one can advance,
There are other ways one can advance,
but it's all like the same thing.
but it's not all are the same thing.
It's like the same thing.
Sorry, it's like the same thing.
You have to chant,
We have to chant,
all of them do.
we have to follow the principle.
Maybe by meditation or some people are meditating on Siddhartha, meditating on the Ganges, and he realized,
So, Siddha Jagannath Das Babaji, he was meditating on the Ganges and he realized Radha Madhava.
some of the devotees they I was a little boy, Holiness.
There was a little boy called Rahugana.
His father came overnight. He had to go and see a sick disciple. So I told his son, Holiness, father's lover of all. And he lived it.
So the father was a guru. He had to go and see a sick disciple. So he told his son, offer these laddus to the Laddu Gopal.
So the son went in,
So the son went in,
offered the laddus,
offered the laddus,
and was crying.
and then he was crying.
Krishna spoke to him.
Krishna spoke to him.
Why are you crying?
He said, why are you crying?
I'm not eating.
You are not eating.
My mother said, I'd offer to you, you'd eat them.
My father said, if I offer it to you, you would eat them.
You're not eating.
But you are not eating.
And then Gopal, he started eating.
And then Gopal, he started eating, alright?
And then I took the plate out, and mother asked, where's the laddus?
And then when he took the plate out, the mother asked, where's the laddu?
He said, Gopal ate them.
And he said, Gopal ate them.
So she didn't know if you eat them, you're lying.
So she didn't know if he really eat them or he's lying.
So after a few days, his father came back.
So after a few days, his father came back.
So she told her husband what.
She told her husband what happened.
And so he said, okay, give the laddus to him, and I'll spy in the back of the room.
So give the laddus to him now and spy him from the back of the room.
And then he said, oh well, please take these laddus.
And then he said, Gopal, please take this laddu.
And Father went and eating it.
Laddu Gopal took one and he was eating it.
Father looked around the corner.
And the father looked from the corner.
He saw it. Ah!
And he was shocked. Ah!
And he stopped.
And the deity stopped.
Then he said, I caught you red-handed. You have the half-eaten ladder in your hand.
So he said that I caught you red-handed. You have a half-eaten laddu in your hand.
So then his fame spread all over the country.
And then Rahugana, his fame spread all over the country.
And the deity ate from his hand.
So the
deity ate from his hand!
deity ate from his hand.
Has your deity ever eat from your hand?
Did the deity ever eat from your hand?
So, the friend of Krishna, who became an associate of Lord Nityananda,
A friend of Krishna who became an associate of Lord Nityananda,
Abhiram Thakur.
Abhiram Thakur.
When he heard about it, he went to offer his obeisance to see the child.
When he heard about it, he wanted to offer his obeisances to his
And he was famous.
child.
And he offered obeisances. The children of Nityananda are not qualified. They died.
So he was famous when he offered his obeisances to the children of Nityananda who are not qualified, they died.
So Holiness, our Holiness parents were afraid of him
So Rahugana's parents were afraid of him
in case the son would die.
in case the son would die.
So they sent their son
So they sent their son
away.
away.
And when he came,
Then when he came,
all around the world,
Abhiram Thakur,
my son went on.
oh, our son is gone.
And then Abhiram Thakur went to the famous tree there,
So then Abhiram Thakur went to the famous tree there,
and Rahuna went up to him
and then Rahugana went up to him
and offered his obedience.
and then offered his obeisances.
Because when he heard such a great devotee was coming, the boy wanted to see him.
When he heard such a great devotee was coming, the boy wanted to see him.
When he offered his obedience, then Abhiram Thakur picked him up, raised him,
So when he offered his obeisances, Abhiram Thakur picked him up and embraced him,
and the two were dancing in ecstasy.
and the two were dancing in ecstasy.
Oh, Ranga!
Gauranga!
Oh, Ranga!
Gauranga!
So, the boys, Holiness, flew off.
So the boys, Rahugana's Nupur, Engelbert, flew off,
Got in some poor nearby. Oh, like 2 kilometers.
and they fell in a pukur like 2 kilometers away.
That dancing so hard.
So they were dancing so wildly.
So the devotees of Lord Chaitanya who appeared in these different places, they're very wonderful.
So the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, who appeared in different places, they are very wonderful.
And they did amazing things.
And they did amazing things.
So I went to the Kadra, to Lord Chaitanya took sannyas,
So I went to Katwa where Lord Chaitanya took sannyas,
and daily go from one temple to the other.
the deity would go from one temple to the other.
And the same deity, but the temples is next to each other.
Same deity, but the temples are next to each other.
And so the one temple like this, Holiness,
So one temple is by the Rahugana,
all the temple is Nanda Krishna.
the other temple is Nanda Kishore, by Nanda Kishore.
So normally it's very tough to get this pastimes, prema, realization.
Normally it's very tough to get this rasa, prema and these realizations.
Krishna, when he was challenged by Rukmini, that he didn't know how much the devotees loved him,
So
what
Krishna
way they loved him.
was challenged by Rukmini that he didn't know how much the devotees love him and in what way they love him.
So he decided, until you had come as a devotee,
So he decided in Kali Yuga he would come as a devotee.
he took the mode and color of Radharani
He took the mood and color of Radharani
and appeared here in Navadvip.
and he appeared here in Navadvip.
He stayed 24 years,
He stayed 24 years
and he took sannyas,
and then he took sannyas
went to Dhanapuri and all India.
and went to Jagannath Puri and all over India,
and came back
and then he came back
to Jayapataka.
to Jagannath Puri.
So, I mean, someone's day for 1,000 euros.
So in Brahma's day there are 1,000 yugas,
And the sun dies out at the end of the day for Brahma.
so what's the Guru Maharaj?
The sun dies out.
The sun dies out at the end of Brahma's day.
Yuga,
Brahma's Yuga.
one day.
It's not
And
Yuga, not one day.
Krishna comes once during the 1,000 euros.
So Krishna comes once during these 1,000 yugas.
And this time, they were motivated. Lord Chaitanya come. He would come as Lord Chaitanya and deliver the poem.
So this time, when he feels motivated, he comes as Lord Chaitanya and delivers the fallen souls.
So, the whole universe, Lokaloka to Satyaloka,
So the whole universe, from Patala to Satyaloka,
we should take the opportunity to give the mercy of the entire world.
so you should take this opportunity to give the mercy of Nitya and Gaur.
There's a verse that said that the mercy given by Lord Chaitanya is never given by any other God.
So there's a verse which says that the mercy given by Lord Chaitanya wasn't given by any other avatar.
So, please do whatever you can to get the mercy and chant Hare Krishna.
So please do whatever you can to get the mercy and chant Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Matya.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.